A billionaire was shocked to find his wife, whom he had searched for over the years, was now working as a waitress in a bar. He was so emotional, he called out her name without thinking. The moment she saw him, her eyes filled with tears. She never imagined the man she missed every day was actually still alive. But just as she tried to touch his face, he grabbed her wrist and said he had never died. Was she disappointed? She looked puzzled at the man's questioning, not understanding why he never came back to find her. They used to live happily together, waiting for their child to be born. But that peaceful life did not last long. One day she received news that her family had gone bankrupt. She panicked, tried to call her husband, but no one answered. Thankfully, a friend was with her. She told her to write a letter and leave, and promised to pass it on to her husband. The woman had no choice but to write the letter and leave the city. But before she could return home, she heard that her husband's plane had crashed. She almost collapsed. Then more bad news came. Her father jumped off a building due to the bankruptcy. Losing both her husband and father, she could not hold on any longer, and collapsed to the ground. 5 years passed. Her son still suffered from a condition caused by that incident. He needed surgery to recover, but the cost was too much. She worked several jobs a day to pay for her son's surgery. Just that day the woman was working at the bar. She saw her long-dead husband. She was going to go up to him to make sure, but the man choked the woman. It turns out a friend of the woman had altered the contents of her letter. She wrote that women hate men for being poor, so the woman decided not to have children and went home. He was saddened to hear it. He tried to go after her, but was hit by a car. Ever since then, he held deep resentment. So when he saw the woman again, the man knew that the woman was in need of money, and offered her a high price to come to his house as a nanny. The woman thought about the high cost of her son's surgery. She agreed to the man's request. The next day, she arrived at his house in the pouring rain. Seeing her soaking and worn down, he felt a twinge of pain, but he also remembered. Years ago, the man was also in such a down and out scene when he was kicked out by the woman's mother. It was raining so hard as well, and his sympathy vanished instantly. He made her kneel in the rain. She did not know what she had done wrong. He said she had abandoned their child. She tried to explain, but fainted from hunger and exhaustion. At the hospital, the nurse scolded him, but he said she gave up her own son. The nurse told him the woman had been raising the child alone all these years. Just then, the woman's son also approached. The moment the man saw the child, he was shocked.